Seriously? Thank you. It's 20 for staff. That'll be on ESPN. Excited about the victory, obviously. The things that we talked about were getting off to a great start, playing with a sense of urgency. It's our second game in 8 days, so we're going to be challenged in our preparation. I thought our guys bounced back and prepared, very well. And it was an exciting day in Baton Rouge, right? Playing Southern. We were excited about this matchup. It was great for the city, the community, playing a traditional HBCU school. That meant a lot, and we were happy that we were able to get this game. But I think more importantly, our guys wanted to get back on the field and play this game the right way, and that is start fast, play with great attention to detail. We played with effort and enthusiasm. And then, the finish was, we had a lot of young guys out there. And as I told them, I said, we're going to count on you at some time during the year. So we're going to look at your performance, and we're going to develop you. So as we go through this year, you're going to be a better player for us. So all in all, there were so many superlatives. I think offensively, Daniels was outstanding. Did the things that we were looking for. I think he was very efficient, 10 of 11. Great number of receivers, stepped up and played well. I thought the offensive line, we made some tweaks there with Turner at center, Frazier moving over to right tackle this week, and Dellinger sliding in the left guard. We felt like that strengthened our unit and made, obviously the best of that. So all in all, excited about the win. And again, now we up, the ante, so to speak, in that, we have an SEC opponent next week and something that our guys are excited about. So with that, we'll open it to questions.
Yeah, Coach in the back, in the cameras, straight back.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned the offensive line changes. When did you make them, and is it literally just about getting your best five out there? What did you feel like it gave you?
So we felt like with Turner, he gives us really good communication. Matter of fact, he over-communicated a couple of times. He was trying to get some calls in. We were trying to play. Those are things that we can work through. But he's really sharp, and we gained a lot of communication there. Felt like we needed a bigger body on the outside, though Cam Wire, obviously played as well. We just feel like Frazier gives us a stouter, tackle, and Dellinger's, big and physical inside. So he gives that presence that we still want inside with him and Bradford at the guard position. So as we looked at it, we felt like this was the best matchup.
Ryan, how much of was a concerted effort to get Kayshawn involved early?
It was a concerted effort. We felt like it was important to get him in a good rhythm early on. You saw we had the reverse to him. I think what we learned maybe in the first game as coaches is that he's going to get a lot of off coverage and double zone, and we need to just get the ball out to him quickly and let him make some plays. And it opens up the offense in other areas. If they're going to play double zone and play soft to him, let's just get the ball in his hands. He's tough to bring down as it is. So I think that was where we could have done a better job last week. I think we kind of, felt like let's get the ball to him. Even if they're short, quick routes, he's going to make some things happen.
Yeah, Brian, how did the opening kickoff set the tone for this game? It seemed like the aggressiveness just kind of kicked off right from there.
Yeah, I challenged the football team. I said, look, we talk about a sense of urgency and starting fast, but it's going to start with either this kickoff return or kickoff, and challenge both those teams that they will essentially set the tone for this game. So had them going pretty good. I felt like those units were going to come down with a pretty good attitude.
Hey, Coach, with Harold Perkins on the edge, how much work has he had there, and when did that become an idea as to sort of use him at that spot?
with BJ out, Ojolari out and Ali Gay out, sure, Mason Smith out, arguably you're losing three of your top defensive players. So, as Matt and I talked about it, we needed to be creative. Desmond had to play, but he had to play some end as well. Savion did an incredible job of holding down the fort at the big end position for us, but we had to be creative. And so, he obviously did a nice job for us in the third down package and our dime package. So it just gave us a little bit more flexibility to move some of those guys around. He's obviously a fast twitch guy that can come off the edge and help us.
Hey, Coach. You went with Greg Clayton as the starter at punt returner. Kind of what went into that decision?
He had been back there all camp. As we looked at the data and the numbers, he was as effective in terms of fielding punts. We looked at all the data and felt we were going to give Malik a breather, give him the week off, and we may go back to Malik, but Greg was in line to be the next guy up, and so he had been taking punts, and so this is just a matter of the next guy up getting the opportunity.
Coach, John Emery returns next week. What have you
Yes.
seen from your running back course so far, and how does he fit into that?
I think they've obviously got a little bit better as the game wore on. I felt like Amani looked, a lot more explosive later in the game. He had that one run earlier in the game where it looked like the goal line moved away from him, whereas later in the game it looked like he attacked the goal line. So, that's just, playing and getting reps. But it'll be good to have John. And we've kept John up with us and in preparation, to get him ready for game action. So he'll be prepared and ready to go.
Hey, Coach, when it's 44-0 early in the second quarter, does it become challenging to keep it productive and keep everyone, to have their edge and without running the score up, at that point?
Yeah, because, in that situation, we wanted Nuss to go in the game, and you don't want to take the air out of the ball, so to speak, because you want a fair evaluation for Garrett as well. You want him to operate the offense, and it was. I'll be honest with you, it was a little bit easier for us because they were still bringing pressures, and so I feel like if another team is going to bring pressures, I'm good. We'll run our offense. If they had just said, "Hey, we're going to line up in 4 down and play quarters," we probably would have just ran the ball the rest of the game. But they wanted to keep playing, and that was good. I was for that because it helped us get those younger players, and in Garrett in particular, some opportunities.
Brett Martell over here with AP.
Yes.
We've seen a number of games against FCS opponents here where it's not always a fast start, maybe a little sluggish, and it seems like you felt like there was a big picture significance to the overwhelming show of force in the first quarter. If that's right, could you kind of discuss that a little more?
Well, we're trying to come up with an identity as a football team, and that identity needs to be we can't think about everything that we do. And this game has to be played fast and free and physical. And I felt like I maybe gotten away a little bit in the first week where they thought a little bit too much about all the things that we've been working through their process with. And as the game wore on, they played a little bit more free and fast and physical, and we saw the results. So it was really about, emphasizing playing with a sense of urgency, playing fast, free, and physical, and trusting their teaching, trusting it, but not overthinking it, and letting these, what I consider outstanding athletes, go play without being apprehensive. And that was really the message all week.
Coach has time for 2 more. You mentioned Savion early. He was really active early in the game. Is it a guy stepping into the situation, or is this something that you've seen coming from him?
Well, I will say this. In the spring, we thought he was probably our most consistent defensive performer in the spring. And then, as you get into camp, he's he's battling with Ali Gay and BJ Ojolari for reps. He gets relegated to the second team, but we were really confident that he could go out there and play at a high level for us. And we still feel like even if he's pushed into a starting position, he's really sound fundamentally, and you're going to get really consistent play out of him.
Hey, Coach. Micah Baskerville had an interception, pick six tonight, and he ended up blocking that punt. What do you make of his performance and moving forward? I know he only played like 6 snaps last week.
Yeah, well, he got the game ball tonight. We give a game ball out, and very easily you could have given it to somebody on offense with all the production. But, we felt that, Micah's production, what he does on special teams, what he does on third down, he's outstanding in pass coverage. That he really adds a dimension to our defense that's really important. And so the selflessness, that he's displayed, we wanted to reward that with the game ball.
Hey, Coach.
Good, thank you.
Do Emily outside.